as possible. I like your shirt, sir. So first off, raise your hand if this is your first time here for a Space Camp program. Awesome, thank you, thank you. Raise your hand if this is your first time at any overnight camp experience. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm here to give you especially some assurances. First off, we have several layers of around-the-clock 24/7 coverage for your training. Sick bay is staffed 24 hours a day by at least one fully certified registered nurse. During peak camp hours, which is from 7 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night, it is staffed by multiple PRNs, nursing interns, and RNs. And then we have an overnight nurse to deal with any concerns in case your trainee has to spend the night in sick bay. If they bump their head, they're getting checked more thoroughly than they would if they were in the NFL. If they have a fever, anything else like that, we are making sure that they are under observation, and if we need to do anything else, you will be kept in the loop. We have an understanding with the local hospital, Huntsville Hospital, Women's and Children's ER, and hospital to take care of any training concerns if they need to go off site. Next, security. We have security on site 24 hours a day. They are here around the clock, either in a dispatch role or roving around our campus, both inside and outside. We have people walking in all buildings, checking alarms, checking gates, people in vehicles patrolling outside campus, making sure that everybody who's here stays here, and that people who shouldn't be here don't come here. We have crew trainers, our camp counselor staff. We have them on site 24 hours. They are responsible for their teams or your trainees. If they're a team leader, they check in with us between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. That first shift leaves between 2 and 3. Second shift comes in around 2:30 in the afternoon. They leave between 10 and 11. But then we have crew trainers that live here and stay overnight. If you have a trainee or you have a young person who is going into college or is in college, tell them to come work here. It's a great place to work. You get paid, you get to hang out under all this stuff, you're housed for free, and you're fed for free. The only thing we ask is that 1 week every couple of months, you're on call, which means you're in your room from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. If there are any training concerns, they are also receiving in their video, go knock on the crew trainer on call door. If they are not there, we have hospitality staff on site 24 hours a day. They can go to that hospitality associate who is at that desk that you saw when you checked in all the habitats. There should be one per hab. There's a crew trainer on call per hab, so any concern in any of our 3 habitats can be taken care of around the clock. That's security, sick bay, hospitality, crew. Camp leadership. My leadership staff is here 24 hours a day. Our frontline supervisors and coordinators work 10-hour shifts, 5:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon, and 2 o'clock to midnight. And then we have an overnight camp manager as well. They are people who have been trained in camp, they understand your trainees' concerns, they can help with phone calls. If you're calling about a concern, they can answer it. If we need to discipline a trainee because they're running an illegal poker ring at 3 o'clock in the morning, we can take care of it. Those are the things we do just for your training. These are things that we only do to make sure your trainee is taken care of whenever they need help. They're going to have lots of good food. Your trainee will brag about breakfast. Breakfast here is awesome. There's always waffles or French toast sticks, scrambled eggs, mixed fruit. On very lucky days there's bacon, but generally it's sausage. And lots of cereals. If your trainee is a picky eater, every lunch and dinner there's the international line, the vegetarian line, the salad bar, and then pizza or chicken tenders or hot dogs or hamburgers. Your trainee will eat this week. Finally, these are what our rules are. We break them down into what are called PDAs. The first PDA I'm going to talk about is the personal digital assistant. Raise your hand if your trainee brought a cell phone, tablet, laptop. I saw a beeper about a month and a half ago. It was weird, but they exist still. That is fine. Some people say that they read on our website, you're not allowed to bring it. Others miss it. Some parents don't care. That is totally okay. It is an easy way for your trainee to stay in touch with you. However, it is only a problem if it becomes a problem, if you know what I mean. If it stays in their pocket, we tell them to lock it up in their room when they are in camp programs. They have 30 minutes every morning, depending on how good they are about getting out of bed, and 45 minutes every night, which is their time. We're still hanging out, we're just through supervising, but we don't have a structured activity. That is their get ready for the day, wind down for the daytime. You should expect phone calls between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, and between 9:30 and 10:15 or 10:30 at night. That is their time with which they can call home, text friends, use their phone, use their tablet, do whatever. However, what we have noticed is that the PDA is also a brilliant device for distracting you from any and everything. 2 summers ago, it was Angry Birds and Candy Crush. Last summer it was Minecraft. This summer, Minecraft is winding down and Fortnite is just If it becomes a concern, we say, hey, put your phone away. It doesn't need to be a distraction. We give them like 1 shot. On the 2nd shot, we're calling you. Because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, no, I can't lock my phone up. My dad said I needed to keep it on me in case of emergencies. My mom said I needed to take pictures of everything I do. Your trainee loves you, but you are the scapegoat, I promise. So, once we call you and we say, hey, trainee's playing Fortnite in the middle of learning how to solve the oxygen anomaly in the capsule, but they said they couldn't lock their phone up because you told them they couldn't. How do you feel about that now? The color will drain from your young person's face so fast. So the rest of our PDAs are public display of blank, and we do not allow these public displays. First one is public displays of acceleration. There's no running at camp. Everything is old, everything is made of steel or cement or wood or aerospace grade titanium. If your trainee runs into it, it will win. We have designated areas and designated times for them to get exercise, get rid of some energy, stuff like that. Your trainees may learn some Tai Chi and yoga this week. They will do health and wellness. They will not run. The next PDA, public displays of affection. This is not boyfriend-girlfriend camp. We remind them of that as well. Your trainee may meet the love of their life at space camp. It's a thing, it happens. My plan is that they don't know it until they get home. If I have to shame your trainee into discretion, we will do that. They will ride the bus with their hands up. I've done hand checks. We've done roller coaster bus rides. They will watch movies with the lights on. They will sit boys on one side and girls at the other at meals, if I have to. I am not opposed to making sure that your trainee is not holding hands or necking or anything else with another trainee. You're welcome. Now that is not to say, I'm not going to kick a trainee out for trying to kiss a boy they think is cute. We are going to have a conversation and you will know. Next PDA, public displays of annoyance. A little bit with this age group, but generally that's our younger trainees. We tell your trainees about this PDA because it's how they respond to it. We want to make sure that they understand that they don't need to get mad or frustrated because somebody has different boundaries or different social norms than somebody else. We tell them, hey, lean on your crew trainer, ask them to stop. If they don't stop, come talk to us. We will help and take care of you. Next PDA is public displays of attitude. This one a little bit more. We've got 13-year-olds who think they're 21. It's a thing. What we remind them of, though, is that no matter how much they disagree, how much they dislike, how much they think something is dumb or stupid, it is on them to get the experience they want. And if they want to have fun and they want to succeed, we will help them do that. They may meet somebody they want to take on top of the Saturn V and drop kick them off. They can't do that. We will teach them how to manage those frustrations. Your trainees are in teams of 14, 15, 16 people. They will be put on even smaller engineering design teams where they've got to work in groups of 3 or 4. And let me tell you, when you're designing a heat shield, I have seen it almost come to blows, the frustration and anger about how much aluminum foil to use and which way to fold it. The final PDA public display is public displays of aggression. We don't tolerate fighting, we don't tolerate bullying, we don't tolerate threats. That is not something that makes for a good camp experience. If any trainee acts in a way to compromise the safety and experience of your trainee, we're going to do everything we can to fix that. The only part of my job I don't like is when I have to call a parent and say, I need you to come pick your child up. But if trainee A makes trainee B feel unsafe, we're going to do what we can to fix that. That includes threats of self-harm. That is something that comes up more and more. If your trainee acts in a way where we're concerned for their own safety, we're calling you. That is not something we take lightly. That is not something we will hesitate on. This is the 36th summer of Space Camp. We're approaching 900,000 graduates across our programs. That's something we take really seriously, because the safety of your trainee is the only reason we've been around that long, and the only reason we're going to get to 1 million people. The only reason we've got 10 or 11 Space Camp graduates who are astronauts. 4 of them who've actually been to space. All the ones who've been to space are females. Guys, we got to shape it up. The 4th one is actually on the ISS right now. So, finally, graduation. Robotics graduation will be in this building at 9 a.m. Friday, August 3rd. This parking lot is perfect to park in. The gates right outside in front of the rocket will be open. You can walk right in, take your seat for graduation. After graduation, your trainee will go into the theater. We have a sign-out area. We want to make sure parent A takes home trainee A and nobody else does anything like that. So bring a photo ID. You're going to have to prove that you're the person who's supposed to pick up your child. I know that's annoying and time-consuming, but again, we care about your trainee's safety. That's another one of our insurance policies. After graduation is done and you've signed your trainee out, Thursday night they pack up their luggage, so you don't have to do that for them Friday morning. Will be set aside, walk in, grab it, walk out, you're free to go. If you have another graduation, Aviation Challenge graduation is at 10 a.m. Space Academy and Advanced Academy graduation is at 11 a.m. That is in here as well. That will run about an hour, maybe a teensy bit less, but there are almost 30 teams graduating at 11 o'clock on Friday. If you have any questions or you are concerned about homesickness, stay right here. Otherwise, thank you. We will see you on Friday. Have a safe trip home. Yes,